All right, let's talk about the Steelers now. All righty, here we go. Bill Cowher, the ex-Steelers coach, says Ben Roethlisberger is, quote, probably chomping at the bit to prove doubters wrong in 2021. We're a doubter, folks. There's a lot of doubters in this league, and I mean, rightfully so. We saw Big Ben's arm fall off last season. So we are doubting this. We are doubting Ben Roethlisberger a little bit, decently. We're not doubting the overall Steelers team, but we are doubting Ben Roethlisberger to keep it up. Now, we say, Najee Harris is going to be a big running force here and that they're just going to rely on Najee Harris a lot. So, Big Ben doesn't have to, exercise his arm throughout the entire season. He can kind of, save it for the back end of the season and in the playoffs. But we have the overall kind of, doubt that his overall arm strength will hold up for the whole season. So let's see what Bill Cowher is saying on Ben Roethlisberger. He has history with them. He knows Ben Roethlisberger more deeply than we do. So let's see if we get a nice inside look on what this man is saying and what Ben Roethlisberger is truly thinking. So what Cowher took away more than anything from Roethlisberger's career, which came with nearly instant adversity, was the quarterback's ever-present desire to win. Ooh, I love that. The drive to win, folks. I mean, when we're talking sports, some players are in it for the money, some players want to just win, and some players are like, yeah, win or lose, I don't care. I mean, there's kind of three separate categories that you can just put all athletes in. All right, so was the quarterback's ever-present desire to win. Cowher believes that will carry him to significant achievement in 2021. Quote, he is a great competitor. I'm sure he's just thriving right now with the fact everyone thinks he's done. The Steelers are done. Well, we don't think the Steelers are done. I think the Steelers are fine. Their defense is great. Their wide receivers are great. Their running back is chef's kiss, absolutely magnifico. It's just Big Ben. That's the only thing that we're doubting. The Steelers aren't done. You replace Big Ben next year with a solid quarterback, they're still going to be kind of the same. I don't know if Big Ben really kind of carries them more than maybe a rookie next year. Just the leadership aspect and the veteran aspect, that's really it. But overall, talent-wise, like we said, I mean, we just saw Drew Brees kind of fall off last year, unfortunately. That was with a lot of injuries as well, and Ben's had some injuries these last couple of years as well. So we, Father Time catches up with everybody, folks, besides Tom Brady, for some reason. Maybe he made a deal with the devil, and we'd respect it if he did. I'll make a deal with the devil. Where's the devil? Give me the devil. I will make the deal right now. I don't care. All right, but here we go. Back to the quote. I used to always say to people, I'd say the greatest thing in sports is to do something nobody thinks you can do. It's one of the greatest accomplishments. And I think right now, Ben is just thriving on that. He can't wait to get out there, probably chomping at the bit to prove it. I would be very surprised if he didn't have a great year this year. It's a tough division. He's a Hall of Fame player, first ballot, no question about it. First ballot, yeah, you can make the argument. I would probably agree. I'd probably agree first ballot. He's won 2 Super Bowls and been to 3, yet he continues to play the game with a great passion, a great competitor, and I think you'll see that later this year. So that's the only quotes by him, solid quotes here. Let's look up Big Ben stats because Bill Cowher says, there was one thing he said here. What did he say? Yet he continues to play with a great passion and a great competitor. And I think you'll see that this year. Is that what I wanted to see? I would be very surprised. This is what I wanted to say. I would be very surprised if he didn't have a great year this year. So what's a great year for Big Ben? Let's get that up real quickly. Ben Roethlisberger. Big Ben. Let's see what he did last year, and let's just see what's kind of, what do we need to see from him just to kind of put a number to it. So here we go. Last season, 65% completion percentage, 3,800 yards. Yards are low. Completion percentage is there. 33 touchdowns, 10 interceptions. So that, once again, everything's good besides the yards. 3,800 yards is way too low. If you're Big Ben, Aaron Rodgers, Tom Brady, Drew Brees, Even kind of Patrick Mahomes now, he's putting himself in this category. Russell Wilson as well. If you're not getting 4,000 yards a season, it's a flounder year. It's a bad year, folks. I mean, we're talking about 5,000 yards is the pinnacle. And if we're talking about first ballot Hall of Fame, I need to see as many kind of 45 plus 100 yards and 5,000 yard seasons as I can, folks. I don't want to see less than 4,500 if you're one of these elite quarterbacks. I don't want to see that. You know, Ryan Tannehill, he throws for 3,800. I mean, Ryan Tannehill throws for 4,000, baseline 4,000. So I don't want to see you where they're at when we're talking Hall of Fame, folks. Hall of Fame. The Hall of Fame right now is watered down. I don't care how you slice it. We've got garbage in there. We've got kind of, y'all claiming Phillip Rivers is a Hall of Famer, but he's never been to an AFC championship. Has he been to an AFC championship game, folks? And if he did, he got blown out in it. So I need winners. I don't need just longevity stats. Yes, longevity stats are great. Taking care of your body and playing at the highest level for, decades plus. I love that. But we also need the winning with it. And that's what Big Ben Roethlisberger has. He has the stats, he has the yards, and he also has the accolades of multiple Super Bowl appearances and multiple Super Bowl wins. That's what we want to see. We want the entire resume. I don't want you to pick and choose what you want in there. Oh, well, he was a great passer. He's got the longevity yards, so we put him in the Hall of Fame. That just waters it down. I mean, I just had this conversation yesterday with a friend. I mean, when we talk about Phillip Rivers, yes, he's got longevity stats, but he doesn't have those wins. We talk about Eli Manning, real, just okay quarterback. When we talk about Eli Manning, is he even top 5 in his own kind of era? Peyton Manning, Drew Brees, Eli Manning, Tom Brady, Ben Roethlisberger, Phillip Rivers, Aaron Rodgers, Drew Brees. If I left them off, I mean, this entire class will always be compared to each other just because they've been playing basically from early 2000s to 2020. So this is kind of that era. And Eli Manning, I don't even think he's top 5 in this era. I'm taking Drew Brees, I'm taking Aaron Rodgers, I'm taking Tom Brady, I'm taking Big Ben, and I'm taking Peyton Manning over him. So, he's 6 in his own era, and you want to put Eli Manning in the Hall of Fame. It's a real tough debate. I haven't totally decided whether I want Eli Manning in the Hall of Fame or not. That's a question that we can talk about, definitely. Not today. Don't have the time for that. But this is what we're saying, though. Just the overall Hall of Fame is watered down. So you have to have the yards, you have to have the stats, and you also have to have the Super Bowls. It's got to be all encapsulated, not just picking a 4-year stretch and saying, oh, well, that's good enough, throw him in there. A 5-year stretch, yeah, that's good enough in there. Oh, well, he has this record for touchdowns, well, we have to put him in there. It's got to be everything. So Ben Roethlisberger last year, we've got to see more than 3,800 yards, folks. That's way too low for Big Ben. He threw for 5,000 yards once. 5,000 yards, 129. Love it, love it, love it. He's in that elite company. Elite company. Another reason why we can kind of give Ben Roethlisberger a first ballot Hall of Fame selection. We can definitely talk about that. 5,100 yards, absolutely fantastic. On 67% completion. The interceptions was a little high that year, 16. 34 touchdowns, 16 interceptions. Still 2-1, so still kind of fitting all of our criteria. But yeah, 3,800 yards has to be up to like 40. If we're talking about kind of a great season, it's got to be like 4,400 yards, and it's got to still be that same completion percentage and touchdown to interception ratio, which he's proven to do. He's proven to do it. 4,900 yards in 2014, 32 touchdowns, 9 picks. Love it. What else do we get here? He's actually got a lot of 3,000 yards, folks. Damn. Once again, I mean, look at all these 3,000 yard seasons, folks. I mean, he didn't even throw his first 4,000 yard season until 6 years in the league. 4,300. He's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. He's only got 6 4,000 plus yard seasons, folks. Interesting. Justin Herbert's already got 1 his first year. That's what we're talking about, baby. That's what we're talking about. So, got to see 4,000 yards by Big Ben. I really want to see 4,200 plus. I really, if you really want to see what I want to see, if you really want to know what I want to see 4,500. I want to see 4,500. So we'll see if the arm can kind of live up to that. He just threw 5,100 yards in 2018, folks. 2018, 5,100, and then he was injured in 2019, and then 2020 he threw for 3,800. So let's see how he is here, folks. Is he more 3,000 or is he more 4,500? We'll see. But for a successful, great season of Big Ben, we got to see 4,200 yards at minimum. And I'll give him the kind of veteran last year discount. I won't put him at the 4,500 benchmark. I'll give him the 42.